will have to explain to our viewers what's happened over the course of the week with my trade. It's been up, it's been down. I feel like, lots of an emotional roller coaster this week.
So I thought today we would go through the things to check before trading. Always take this as your checklist, okay?
Okay.
Did we calculate the correct notional size? We did?
We did, yes.
Yeah. So we are doing £5,000 of notional as a pair trade, right? So we're buying 5,000 of one stock, which was last week.
Well, we went long on the EasyJet.
We did indeed.
Yeah.
Long a nice bit of EasyJet. And then we went short on
Delta
Airlines. Now, thank goodness it wasn't another American airline stock, but we'll come to that in a second. Did we check our correct margin requirements? No, I rushed you through that, right?
Okay.
So that is one place that from now on, we have to check, because the margin on Delta was actually a little bit higher. Is the stock shortable or borrowable? It was.
Yes.
Not a problem with that, but always good to check. Sometimes there are restrictions on the stocks, so you cannot short them. And then finally, this is where I think we came a cropper. We didn't check to see if there are any airline stocks reporting numbers last week.
Yes.
And that can be dangerous, right? So I've put it under, have you considered the risks? What risks do you think there would be for airline stocks, Pegah?
So I think that perhaps fuel prices
Excellent.
impact airline stocks.
That's right. And we benefited from that. So EasyJet, we can see we're long £10 a point, and it's gone up. It's gone up a lot.
Yes.
And your profit on that is £225. But Delta Airlines, unfortunately, you can see at the bottom of the screen there, has gone up a lot more. But a reminder on why we chose Delta. They scored lowest, didn't they?
They did, yes.
So we looked at Pegah's thoughts on ease of booking, the price points, the comfort on board.
Value for money.
Value for money. Yeah, that's right. And so EasyJet scored highest, Delta scored lowest. That's the update. So at the moment, we're down £174. So let's look at the two stocks over the week. What happened? Well, first of all, you had exactly what you mentioned there, the fuel, that we benefited from lower oil. So EasyJet was up straight away after you traded. Look at that jump straight away on the Monday. Then, what are the other risks that you think that you could talk about with regards to airlines?
So other than the fuel, they have like other commodities, other businesses, like we mentioned. Also, anybody who had any quarterly results or updates.
There you go. You've nailed it. So that's right. So United Airlines came out with numbers on Wednesday, and the stock was up 11%. So that's the only difference. That's the only reason that you're losing more on Delta than you were making on EasyJet. So we didn't look to see what risks there were from other peer group companies.
Yeah.
And had the United Airlines numbers been bad, you would have benefited from it. But it's just the fact that there's a risk there that we didn't take notice of. So that's the lesson of the week. The great thing is we've made some mistakes on your first trade from last week.
Is that a great thing?
It is a wonderful thing, because if you came in here like a professional and got it all right, there wouldn't be anything to teach people at home.
I'm so glad that I'm here to provide that teaching moment for everyone.
So yeah, I'm very happy with where we are. Now, this week we're going to look at the investment that you've made into your house refurbishment and certain retailers that you've found helpful.
So although it feels like sometimes the builders are a little bit of a money pit, so a lot of the money has gone directly to them, and then they are going to, places like B&Q or Travis Perkins, or, the types of businesses that supply to the trade.
Brilliant.
So that's probably where we've spent the most of the money.
This is quite important because, of course, you have to translate what the shop is into the parent company.
Right.
So do you know who B&Q is part of?
Is it the Home Depot group?
It is not. It's this company called Kingfisher.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Kingfisher. I'll go a little bit further out on the daily chart. So they've done well. They've had a good year, right? This is a daily chart that you can look up, peg up, anytime. That is their year to date.
Okay.
So they started the year around £2.45, I would say, and now they're at £3.13. So they've made a good sort of 65 pence, so up about 25%.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's impressive, yep. Right, so you mentioned Travis Perkins. So that's the year to date on Travis Perkins, and that is up £8.50 to £9.25. So that's only up about 10% against Kingfisher that was up nearly 25.
Yeah.
Would you rather buy something that's already gone up? And this, I don't want to lead you on this question, right? Because there's two ways to think about it. You can think of, do you want to buy something that's up 25% but is showing good momentum?
Yeah.
Or do you want to buy one that's only up 10%, but so it might not have the same momentum, but it's got
more room for growth?
It's a bit more trady, isn't it? Yeah.
There's a bit more room for growth.
That's right.
And then I guess if I think about our risks, if another company in the same sector were to announce their results.
Or even if they themselves were to announce the results. So Travis Perkins come out with results on the 24th. So I think that rules Travis Perkins out. But Kingfisher, let's check if they've got results coming out. And I don't think that's going to be until the end of next month.
Okay.
Right? So we'll be safe on Kingfisher. What about, where do you walk down the high street and you thought, no, not really any interest in going in there?
Yeah, we had a chat about a number of different places, and Next just wasn't on my radar at all.
Okay, so I think it sounds like we've got one potential for a short, and it's gone from £80 this year, it's gone up to over 100. So
Wow.
that has also gone up 25%. So we've found two stocks that are both up 25% in the year. You prefer Kingfisher to Next.
Yes.
Kingfisher aren't reporting. Ooh, Wednesday 30th next report.
Okay. So we've got
Still
a
got
week
bit
and a
of time.
half.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
it's already up 25% in the year. So you would think
It's baked in.
it's potentially.
Okay.
So let's look at putting these two trades on. Now, are we going to stick with around 5,000 aside, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah. Yes, it seems to have been.
Are we closing out? Are we sort of accepting our loss on the airlines and moving on? Or no, are we going to keep those open?
I think you've been through the hard part of the delta. And, it's still, you're only down 1.7% on the trade.
Okay.
Right? Because it's 5,000 long, 5,000 short. So, we're down £170. So it's not, we'll think about stop losses and things like that next week.
Okay.
So we need to work out the notional here. If you want to have a look, Pegger, we're going to buy Kingfisher and we're looking to get up to £5,000. So that could be £16 a point. Boom, there we go.
Okay.
314, it's 1,000 of margin. So that means the margin is like your house deposit. If you're buying a house, that deposit's what you have to put down. Boom.
Let's go.
There we go. Right,
We've
you're
done
in.
it.
So, and then we'll get up next for you. Let's get the other side of this trade on. We're hoping for better performance this week. So there's a huge size difference. One trades at £3 a share and one trades at £100 a share. So you've got to be really careful. We're doing £16 a point on the buy side, but we're only going to be doing £0.5 a point on the sell side.
Okay.
Right, so that's really important to notice. There we go. Selling 0.5, happy at £102.55. Short next. Pega's second pair trade is done and on.
Okay.
Always then go back down to your portfolio, check that everything looks right. I like to check the sort of P&L instantly as well. And yeah, so there we go. So we lose about £11 on the spread. That's fine. So that is your portfolio Pega. Long EasyJet, long Kingfisher, short Next, short Delta.
Okay.
Feeling confident for next week?
I think, well, yes, we have a little bit of ground to make up, but I'm confident with my teacher that, my coach, if you will, that we'll get back up to a positive result.
Excellent. Do you want a little preview of what we're going to look at next week?
I'd love that.
So there are certain things that we've looked at, right, so far. Where do you shop? Which airlines do you like using for holidays? Next week, we're actually going to dig into what stock prices are based upon.
Okay.
So why does Kingfisher trade at £3 and why does Next trade at £100, right? So that's something that we're going to dive into. Why are earnings important? Where can you find the dividend yield, right? So how much is your stock going to pay you in dividend? And are there any other factors to consider, such as special situations?